America, whether anyone's come across it over here. It's called the Art Bell Show. About 20, 25 million listeners a night in America. And of course, it looks at alternative things and mysteries. And people of that mind, and it's a massively growing number daily, focus on the Art Bell Show as these mysteries are being discussed. But at the end of the night, night after night after night, on this Art Bell Show, the mystery remains. What he won't have on his show are people that connect the dots and expose the fact that it's rather less than mysterious. So we're going to try to do that tonight. So what we're told is that in the ancient world, there were a primitive people, and that we have evolved from that primitive state to our current cutting edge of human evolution and technological knowledge. I know that's true, because the professors will say, told me it was we professors, you know, at Oxford and Cambridge, we're very, very clever, you know, very, very, very bright indeed, you know. We've worked it all out. Very primitive people in the ancient world, you know. Very primitive, not like us, not clever like us. Okay. Who built them buggers then? Still question, Prof. Very, very primitive people, you'll say. Very primitive, very primitive. What they did, you'll say. We've worked it out. We're very, very clever, very clever. What they did, they built these ramps, you'll say. Yes, I know they had to use as many bricks to build the ramps and the pyramids, but we're talking about that. They built these ramps, you'll say. And they built them higher and higher and higher, and they pushed their stones, yes, 270 tons, some of them, yes, right, up the ramps, and they built the pyramids, you'll say. Any great work, eh? You could talk that complete bloody bullshit and get paid for it. I mean, Jesus, I'm going to try that bugger. Crikey, what a great way to earn a living. That Great Pyramid consists of 6.5 million tons of stone. There is enough stone to build 30 Empire State Buildings and a wall around the entire boundary of France. A primitive people did that. I've read it somewhere, you see. And look at this bugger here. All across the ancient world. Now that is 440 tons, that bloody sodded thing is. Now Bill and Fred down the builder's yard have moved that, and they... Imagine picking up the phone tomorrow in Frome, like, or wherever, you know. Hello, Bill, I've got a job for you. I've got this 440-ton stone, mate. It's in the garden. Want it moved in? Next thing you know, the door would knock, and there'd be this guy in this white coat, you see, and there'd be this ambulance with its blue light flashing, you know, next to the gate. I mean, they'd think you were insane. But they did that thousands of years ago. It's a mystery. Now this is also Peru. Now Bill and Fred have hit that bugger with an hammer and chisel, haven't they? I mean, look at it. And I've only used to be seeing these documentaries recently that have been coming out the last few years, not exposing what's going on, but looking at these amazing structures all over the bloody planet. And how the techniques like this can be seen all over the world. It's very clear that at some point in the ancient past there was some kind of highly advanced global society. So who were they and where did they come from? And that's the point, you see. Was it George Orwell, in his book 1984, said words to this effect: he who controls history controls the present, and he who controls the present controls history. And the writing of history. If we know truly where we've come from, we can get a fix on where we are. If you rewrite that, you give people a false fix of where they are. And so, to stop this house of cards, this row of dominoes starting to fall, the line has to be held with their version of history. Because if we thought there were massively advanced people in the ancient world that could do this sort of stuff, then we'd start asking a few questions. Well, what happened to them? Where did the knowledge go? Where are they now? And the dominoes start to fall. So you have to hold the dam. They were just primitive people. Ludicrous as it is, you daren't let the cracks appear. Otherwise, many things start to happen you don't want to happen. This is Baalbek in the Lebanon. To build this thing, they had to move 3 chunks of stone, each of which weigh 800 tons, at least a third of a mile. And another chunk of stone at Baalbek weighs 1,000 tons, which I understand is 3 jumbo jets. Very primitive people, you know, very primitive. This is Tony Blair in a previous incarnation. Actually, some people wish it was, because that weighs 10 tons, that bloody act does, you know. I can't believe Tony Blair. I really can't. I can't believe any of them. But again, it's a mystery, these statues of Easter Island. Mystery, see? No one knows. Oh, he's got constipation, old Tone. Look at him. I mean, he's obviously got a problem there. Look. Oh, I'm glad you came. Now, this is Peru, the Nazca lines. They scored away the top surface of the land, and with one continuous line created these incredible depictions of birds and animals. This is a spider. These were only seen, some of them, in their entirety after 1939, when people started flying over them, because some of them could only be seen in their entirety from 1,000 and 2,000 feet. It's a mystery. Mystery. And this next one, if anyone thinks that prophecy is a myth, I can prove them wrong. On a hillside, not too far from here in Dorset, is the living proof that the ancients knew of the future incarnation on planet Earth of Bill Clinton. It's a giveaway, isn't it? It's a bloody giveaway. Makes my eyes water, that. He's obviously a member of the club. Look at him there. Actually, I was reading last year sometime that when Queen Victoria visited this place, you know, they covered it up, you know. Maybe he's never bloody seen one, I don't know. I doubt it myself. So, where did this knowledge come from? This knowledge that was used to build these fantastic ancient structures, where did the knowledge come from that this network, which we'll call the Illuminati, illuminated into knowledge the masses do not get? Where did this knowledge come from? And I put this on the screen because this is just a fraction of the Milky Way galaxy. Watching one of these Carl Sagan videos, you know, this cosmologist chap in America, recently. And he was saying that light traveling at 186,000 miles a second would take 100 years to pass from one side of this galaxy to the other. Conventional science estimates there are at least 1 billion of these galaxies and around 1 billion trillion stars. And yet, it is more credible, it seems, to say that life as we know it only evolved on this one planet in this one solar system than it is to say, just on the law of averages, bit of a chance, what? That life as we know it might have evolved, and as we don't know it too, in other areas of this vast infinity. And yet, you know, when you talk about it, you get people going, he bloody mad he is. He bloody mad. He thinks there's other life in the universe that's more intelligent than me, you know. And you're giving it, I've seen